This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, so I was at McDonald's the other day with my wife, and there was this old dude that was sitting in another booth with his mother, right? And after a while, just couldn't help myself. I started listening into what they were saying, and he was telling her, his mother, about his fucking sugar baby, who he met online, apparently under the screen name Wonder Hussy. And he had no problem telling his mother about this. Some people are just wild, bro.
Thrall's balls! They're everywhere!
Thrall's Balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, Flerpy, and Wooly. Ooh, what's up, swingaz? From the tbhq in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thrall's Balls, episode number 129. Now with background music, because I didn't hit the button, because I had to scramble to get my fucking cat out of here, because he was hiding in here, apparently. Anyway, I'm Wooly, the undisciplined disc priest, and here with me today is Bentolas, our resident jack-of-all-trades, and current holy priest. I'm all out of breath and shit, because stairs are involved. Also joining us today is Flerpy, the boomin' shroomin' balance druid. Gershom's out today. She'll be back next week. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Oh my God.
What's up, guys? Hey, that was the first time I've heard the new intro with Flerpy in it, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I just remembered, this is the first time he's really officially on the show.
Official.
First
No,
time.
last week.
He's got the bumper and whatnot.
Last week he was.
Oh, it was on the bumper last week? I must have been so fucked up. I
was gonna say, were you high last week? Anyway, what have we been up to?
Wait.
All right, can I start with this segment, because I usually let everyone else go first. Holy Priest is so easy and I'm good at it, but I fucking can't stand it. It is so boring. Nothing is more terrifying in the world with your scream down and your chastise down and your kick is non-existent. Watching a fucking cast about to go off that you know there's going to be nothing you can do about it, I hate every aspect of my life.
You are courting more disapproval from Immune there. I love it. I look forward to the verbal boxing match in the Discord later.
I mean, I'm good at it. I've timed 17s and 18s within 2 times of playing it, but I just don't like it. It's just not fun.
Yeah, I hear you.
I saw the details from those runs, and good at it is a subjective term, because you were doing 32k of healing and over 100k of DPS, which I would argue is not ideal for a holy priest, but that's just me.
Did anyone die, though?
I don't know. You didn't do death counts. You refused to do them. I'm just saying.
Did he time the key?
We timed the key, and we had 2 deaths, both of which were me.
But no, I hear you. It's frustrating when you can't interrupt something that you know needs to be interrupted. It would have been better if you had the best warlock in the world there to throw Shadow Fury at it.
It doesn't matter. I found it even better, Boomy. I've never seen more impeccable fucking, what is it called, Flerpy? Solar beam? Never seen better, without even being asked to do it. I thought Flerpy, that thing was fucking buried in Flerpy's spellbook. And I see these 5 casts going off, that one key you guys did that I kind of watched in Discord. I see 5 casts going off, here we go. Here's Plaggy's first healing experience. He's about to heal a bunch of people. And I just see the solar beam out of nowhere. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, probably Star. But then I'm like, wait a minute, Star's fucking healing. There's no way it could have been Star. And that's when I realized it had to be only one person and one person only. Flerpy.
It was Flerpy. It was. Control 5. That's the hotkey. Control 5.
Yeah, I mean, Star couldn't have been healing if I was there, because I would have been healing.
He was doing something. Was he tanking?
Fuck, I don't remember. What dungeon was that?
Yeah.
Was that Galakron? Or
That was a tall.
oh, I wasn't there for that.
So that Star was healing then, yeah.
Star was healing
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, I know which we have.
Well, I suppose that's what you've been up to, Bent, huh? Keys.
Yeah, I really don't like it. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna play it. I mean, the raid build looks pretty fucking dumb. It's all about that stupid prayer ability, which is kind of just like, I feel like it's like running like your basic like defensive as a tank. I don't know. We'll see, but that's my initial. I just find it very boring. It does do a lot of damage, though. I will give it that. I didn't like. I kind of always thought as Holy Priest is kind of like this like just massive, really good healing. Doesn't need to ramp, but doesn't do anything else. It does a lot of fucking damage when I get to use my damage button.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but that's the downside of it, right? Because if you're using your damage on Holy Priest, you're like the decision between healing and damage is super binary. And
No, it's not. I use Holy Nova because it heals as well.
well, I guess yeah. That's
It's
your
not a
only
big
overlap.
heal, but at least like every GCD I'm spending on DPS is healing.
See, that's what I love about Disc. I am supposed to do damage, and I heal because of it. It's great. As for myself, speaking of, I meant to do my time walking. I still haven't done it. I was going to do it yesterday, but I had to take my wife to the doctor because her blood pressure was up high, and they were concerned about the baby, wanted to monitor it. Everything's fine. They just wanted her to come in as a precaution. So I didn't get to do my time walking. I plan to do that tomorrow because the rest of my day is going to be spent putting the rest of the baby's dresser together, which, if I can just take a second, fucking directions for putting shit together from IKEA are awful. They're fucking terrible. Like, they could not be less clear. They could have shit on a piece of paper and it would have been clearer. Anyway, that's me. Oh! I also added one of those spiky old, sort of rusty looking crowns to my transmog because I'm the king of bullshit. And I
Oh,
told my
dude, you know
wife
what you gotta
that,
get?
and she thought that was stupid.
I don't mean to cut you off, Oli. Sorry. I watched, you know her, I can't say his name, Hiru Magic is his. He does like all those like top 10 lists.
Can't say I know the name.
Okay, well, he has a cool YouTube WoW channel, so I recommend checking it out. He does a lot of cool top 10 stuff, but...
Oh, wait, Pyramid. Yeah.
Yes. So he did one for like top 10 loot items, and there's like a really cool Highborn crown that drops from, I want to say, what is the raid in TBC on the island where they try to summon Arkham? Sunwell Path.
Oh, Sunwell, yeah.
There's a really cool like crown transmog you can go for if you want to make your healer go for that look.
I am Googling this as we speak. Is it the Crown of Anasterian? No, this is just a helmet. I'll look it up later. Anyway, yeah, so that's me. Oh, you're putting it in host? Cool. Flerpy, how about you? What you been doing?
Okay, first off, I want to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a little thing about parenthood. I'm going to give you some insight into what it's like. Because Ben doesn't know this. Yes, IKEA furniture is difficult, but there will come a day when your child is about, 5, 6, or in that range, and they will want a swing set in the backyard, and you will think to yourself, this is my child. I'm going to get them the best and biggest swing set I can find that will still fit in our backyard. And you will think to yourself, I can put this swing set together because I have put together IKEA furniture, and you will enter a new ring of hell that is putting together large wooden swing sets. I spent my entire Christmas break doing that every day, all day. It was like a full-time job, and it was so much harder than IKEA. So I feel no pity for you, not in the slightest, because you will enter this someday, and then you will understand. I timed some keys with Bent, did my time walking, pulled a decent offhand out of the vault, got a crappy back piece out of time walking, and have not gotten any drops of Mythic Plus, but I'm still sitting around 460, 4-piece, ready to blast this raid this coming week. Excited. And then I played some last Epoch, so, that's how it went.
Shit, that reminds me, I need to do a key this week yet, too. At least one.
Gotta do a key.
Fuck. Anyway, That's what we've been up to in WoW, I suppose. We actually have a teabag this time. So, without further dudes...
I am restless.
TeaBag Time.
All right, we're teabagging Hybub, also called Camille, in our Discord because while it's less of a review, it still is relevant. He said, just listen to the latest episode. I think Flerpy is a great addition to the show. Smiley face. I mean, someone's got to think that, right? Nah, I'm joking.
One person.
We're happy to
I'll
have you
Venmo
here.
them the $20 I owe them for that.
It's got to be Polish money, though, so figure out that exchange rate. Because, yeah. So if you guys want to send us any kind of feedback or even a full-ass review, there are a few ways to do that. You can do that in our socials. We are at ThrallsBallsPod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can also email it, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com, or you can put it in our Spotify Q&A. Every episode has a what did you think of this episode kind of thing. Sometimes I change the question just to be cheeky. You can also put it in iTunes. We'll find it eventually. I look at iTunes every now and then because we never get reviews in there, so it takes a while to load the program, so I just sometimes don't. Or the most fun way, of course, is Discord. You can find our Discord by going to our website, thrallsballs.com, and there'll be a button that says Join Discord, or something to that effect. There's also another button where you can send us anonymous feedback if you so desire, and that'll go to our email. I don't remember what it says. It either says send feedback, send a review, some shit like that. So go ahead. Like, even if you're gonna use it to bully us, we'll read it. We might not like what you're saying. We might even call you a few choice names, but we'll read it. Now Flerpy's gonna fucking fake one. Damn you, Flerpy.
Already working on it. Typing it right now.
God damn it. All right. All right, we are just sort of cooking along here. Let's move on into the WoW news.
Time for WoW news, motherfuckers.
All right, do you two want to kick things off with MDI discussion? I did not put it in the notes, but you requested that I have that.
Well, I mean, I think it's still going right now. Perplexed Bald Bandits, though we saw this at the end of the top bracket. Perplexed and Bald Bandits, where Perplexed took them 2-0. I think the mandatory Bald Bandits loser bracket was maybe some of the best of this series, because especially the tall that came down to like a 1 second difference. And the Dark Heart was looking pretty similar. Been a lot of fun to watch another weekend. But I wanted to ask Bent some questions about NDI, and I have two. I have two from Bent's perspective. And JB's been tweeting a lot this week about the 4 DPS, 1 tank kind of meta that we've seen come up. And I just, like, do you think there should be a requirement for a healer to be in that? Do you think that's
I don't
a problem?
I don't think there should be. I would go a further step forward. I don't think there should be any sort of forced comp into a dungeon group, and here's why. I think it rewards players for thinking out of the box and coming up with strategies, and it's a trade-off, right? Like without having a healer, you cannot miss interrupts, right? Because your healing's all staged, it's coming from other people. You're not going to have the ability to top you up. So I think it makes it more difficult. And I think if you think if you rather have the extra output of a true DPS than a healer, and you could play around the weakness of not having one, right? I think there's no problem with that.
I tend to, I mean, I think you're right? I think the entire thing should reward creativity and reward kind of thinking, real critically about what's going on. I do think that you miss an important chunk of the game, right? Which is healing. But I think the only solution is not to change sort of damage outputs, but rather to change like self-healing and self-defenses. I would argue then, why can't, if you have 2 really, really good DPS, then if you're playing in this one, just bring another healer, right? Bring like a Resto Druid, something that does a lot of damage and can off heal, right? Like why can't you do that? Well, and that's what we've seen, right? We've seen typically it's Resto Druids because they can switch to Cat and blast some serious DPS. I don't know. It's just an interesting thought. JB feels strongly about this, and it just got me thinking. The other question I wanted to pose to you was to think about, I guess, what's the point of live? And by that, I mean this, right? That is, if the tournament realm was up all the time and you could choose your keys and you could choose your gear and you could hit the highest keys at the best gear, kind of optimizing your strats, you as a Mythic Plus player, right? More than me, would you spend all your time on tournament realm just blasting keys? Is there a point to live, right? Beyond raid, right? But is there a point to even doing Mythic Plus on live at a certain level?
So the way I would look at it is, if they push this out, it's a little bit like, I used to play a game, probably most of you guys know it, the basic concept of a game called Counter-Strike, right? And I played in the league, right? And the way I would look at it, like, the time on tournament time that I would do in Mythic Plus is like the time I used to spend in, we called them scrims, like scrimmages, like practice games simulating a real-time competitive environment, right? But the actual matches, in this case, would be me actually going into a live regular Mythic Plus and, you know, practicing the route. I spent 2 or 3 hours during the week with my team practicing and trying it on a live server, you know? Like Michael Jordan could make a 3-pointer in the corner during practice 100 out of 100 times, right? But it's like, that doesn't matter if he can't do it in the live environment he's practicing for. So, I mean, that's the way I kind of see it. I know a lot of people kind of, like, to your point, like, they're just going to go in there and they're going to min-max it. And, you know, again, you got to remember, I know the vast majority of us don't want to play like that, but if a player wants to spend 10 hours a fucking day practicing keys, then, you know, more power to him.
Yeah, I think one of the things I was thinking about this is, like, when I think about what's the point of live versus, say, a tournament realm, right? Where a tournament realm, you can create kind of perfect conditions for yourself and really see the heights you can reach, particularly Mythic Plus. I think one of the interesting things about live is the unpredictability of your groups, right? Like, you don't know, particularly in pugging, but even, you know, when we're running a pretty standard group, we end up pugging one person, maybe two, and, like, you never know what they're going to be. And they're added, like, maybe they're going to do something kind of wily, and that adds kind of, I think, a layer of fun, the unpredictability of it. But that's just, yeah, I think, especially as healing, right? I think that if you can predict everything, it loses the magic. But yeah, so MDI again, right? Another pretty good weekend. I really like how they're doing it. And if the finals end, I'll yell. I'm kind of watching it on the other screen.
I will say, I noticed that Ball Bandits is running double PI. Or one of the teams is running double PI.
And I think it was Bald Bandits took a rogue and a Dark Heart. It could have been mandatory, but I've seen a rogue. I did see double PI for a while. Saw, you know, monk healers, but I did see a couple of discs along the way too.
I bet you anything they brought a rogue for that third boss because they probably could run sub and they just fund off the little ads. That's fun. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think that's exactly what they did. Well, it's exciting. I like MDI. It's fun to watch. And even if certain announcers who I don't care for are announcing, I will not say by name. It's still fun to watch.
I will not say by name. I'm talking about Nagura.
My Nagura, she's fine.
Throwing some shade over here, I guess. Yeah, honestly, I wish I understood this kind of stuff more because...
In Flerpy's defense, what he said was Nagura is an incredible player. I just don't like the way she shoutcasts the MDA.
Yeah, no, she is.
Fair
She's
enough.
Incredible. And it's not her that bothers me. It is somebody else that I just cannot stand.
Rhymes with Nettles.
It may. And he's a good player. Just, I don't know, just something about him. Just the personality great.
Someone who does
a wonderful human.
Fair amount of work with Dratnos, you might say.
And I love their show. I like, you know, I love listening to it. I listen to it weekly, but something about that dude. I'm sure he's great in person. He's probably a wonderful human. I don't want to speak ill of him. There's something that just grates me about when he announces.
All right, I'm done razzing you. Yeah, so I wish I understood Mythic Plus more, and along, like, in a wider spectrum of, ooh, this class would be really good on this boss with this affix, because, like, my brain just don't work that way. Wish I did, wish it did, then I could enjoy it a lot more. Other than I'm watching it and I'm like, yep, Yep, they certainly killed that boss. Yep, he is laying dead on the floor. I see that right now. Oh, now that man is dying. Now this guy's dying. Oh, look at that, it's over. Everybody claps. That's
wow,
all
so
I get.
interesting enough, well, not to cut you off, but they just started again, and it looks like Perplex went like standard route, but the other team pulled all the trash in the right side into the kitchen boss.
Now, I do remember watching once, and I have no idea what the team was. They were running Cathedral of Eternal Night, I think it was called. And the trash is rather front-loaded in that dungeon. And rather than pulling it and getting a big chunk of their percent done, they like rogue stealthed all the way through it with the big AoE stealth. And then they ended up losing. That is the sum total of the kind of insight I can offer. It just seemed like a mistake to me. All right.
Depends on the week. They probably, if it was a tyrannical week, they probably wanted to go through and get their lust going on one of the bosses. But I hate people who want to do rogue skips. They're so hard to do in a pub.
Yeah.
Somebody else screws it up.
All right, so moving on ahead here. So remember that Oracle hero talent tree we went through where it's like, yeah, this is retooling and replacing power infusion. Yeah, so that was met overwhelmingly with negative feedback. So Blizzard is revamping the Oracle tree completely. What they said is, one of our goals in sharing these hero talent trees so early in the process was to give us adequate time to evaluate and change things as necessary. After reading your feedback, discussing the talent tree, and playtesting the concept internally, we've decided to revisit the Oracle tree, especially regarding its focus on replacing power infusion. So there you go. We'll see how that changes. I feel like
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to change much. And here's my thoughts, right? As I'm kind of starting to look at these, I think they are trying to answer the issue of AUG evokers with creating more support classes or support class options in the game. And I think that is not the way people want to play, generally speaking. And so unless they get out of that philosophy, right, it looks like they're going to go that way with Monk. I'm worried about all of it based on what we're seeing early.
Yeah, I feel like if they want more ZDPS options, then don't change existing specs. Because there are people playing those specs who don't want to do that. Or, like, that might be so, quote-unquote, the best hero spec for them to take, and they don't want to. And then, what do? You know? Yeah, so...
100% agree.
I do kind of feel like if they had stuck to their guns on every single point in the talent tree, people would have been pissed off and they would have been overwhelmingly reminded of BFA and Shadowlands when the devs were, by and large, hearing the feedback and then doing nothing with it. So at the very least...
I would argue that's somewhat the case, but I think a lot of it was more because they were communicating these kind of things during the beta. Once the beta's out, you're pretty much down a path you can't really go back from. I think the big difference is now they're communicating enough so it's up front early. People are like, yo, we don't want you to do this. We want it to stay the way it is. We don't like PI being so, like, you're just making it more like pain in the ass to man. And then, like, I think now it's like early, and now it's early enough where they're like, and they even said this. So when I was really listening to one of the interview, they actually preemptively designed like 5 other ways to do this as well. So that it's not like they're going back to scratch. They have like another idea. It may not be fully 100% fleshed out, but they have like the framework there.
I like that. Yeah, if I remember right, I know BFA, the Azurite trait bullshit, wasn't really put into beta until too late in the cycle to do anything. I don't remember though, Shadowlands, that god awful, the hell did we call those?
Covenant,
Soulbind talents. I don't remember if those were put in late into the beta or not, but
they were. But the difference, I think, there was that players immediately, like, before they even had, like, it was just, like, conceptually announced, players were like, we already see where this is going. It's,
yeah.
You know, and then they just completely botched it from there. But I think it's, I think it's a little bit, I think they're kind of getting out of that kind of like system defining expansion play. They're going back to the more seasonality nature of the tier sets, which I kind of like. I also kind of like how like for this season, right, instead of giving like a whole new tier set, I like the kind of idea, they're like, you know what, let's focus on the new expansion and just let players vote for their favorite during the season. And it's cool too, because like the game's pretty much figured out. It's a season to have fun and do big numbers and play the style you thought was the most fun,
Right. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how much they change this talent tree. Personally, I wasn't going to play Oracle. I was going to do whatever the one mixed with Shadow is, because I forgot to say earlier in the show, I have decided I'm ready to declare Disc Priest main. So, huzzah. If the one mixed with Shadow is not meta shit, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. I think it's called Void Weaver or some crap like that. I don't remember. Yeah, it's called
Void Weaver. I think the Dark Ranger for Hunters looks sick.
Oh, dude. Like, conceptually and practically, everything about it screams awesomeness. Like, you're gonna be seeing so many red-eyed elves running around. It's gonna be dope. Moving on to our next news point. There are a few WoW books and/or a little thing that's half book, half tarot deck coming out. So you can now pre-order World of Warcraft, the official tarot deck, and it comes with a guidebook. That comes out November 5th. You can pre-order it now, but for those of you who buy into that stuff, remember, they only work if it's a gift for someone. If you buy it for yourself, it won't do shit. Personally, I'm not sure it'll do shit anyway, because I don't really buy into that, but I do think it's cool. I actually got my wife a Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck that just kind of sits as a decoration on our entertainment center. I don't think she's even taken the plastic off of it. So, yeah, November 5th. And then also coming on November 5th is World of Warcraft, The Voices Within. This is a compilation of short stories that is meant to serve as a means to, how they put it, enhance the War Within experience, which probably means something like you won't miss anything if you don't read it, but you'll have a greater appreciation if you do. Which, to me, reminds me of War of the Scaleborn, which, if that had come out before Dragonflight launched, would have given me a greater appreciation for the struggle between the primals with the incarnates and the ordered dragons with the aspects. So, yeah, actually, in retrospect, I really wish that had come out before Dragonflight. It would have been dope. So, yes, that also comes out November 5th, and you can pre-order it now. One more book coming is the next Exploring Azeroth book. It's Exploring Azeroth, Islands and Isles, which, what the fuck? Aren't Islands and Isles the same fucking thing? Is there a difference there that I'm not aware of? Like,
just spelling, I think.
Yeah. That's kind of like saying testicles and balls.
It was like, remember when like America like wanted to say fuck you to the English, and we just like decided color was going to be spelled with no U and other words like that? I think it's something along those lines when we made our like American quote unquote dictionary, like fuck you English people. It's spelled ISLANDS.
So Isles are the U-less islands. Makes sense.
I feel like we're just pissing off some geography nerd out there really bad right now.
Probably.
But I also feel really good about that. Like, we should piss off geography nerds. So I'm good with
Well, listen, if you're gonna get mad that the common person does not understand or know the difference off the top of your heads, that's like me getting mad when the average WoW player doesn't know how to do a fucking mythic raid or something,
Speaking of average WoW player not knowing how to do something, when we went through Rise and Fall, it was only a +5 and a +2. I'd literally never done the dungeon before. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Just so you're aware. In retrospect, it's funny.
And I figured as much.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Did people die? Maybe once or twice. But did I do okay? Well, did people die? Maybe once or twice. I don't know. What do you mean you figured as much? Fuck you.
I mean, you asked me, like, oh, what does this boss do? So I'm assuming that you've never done it before.
Yeah. All right, I thought that was a comment on how I was
Come on, I use clues, contextual clues. Come on.
Contextual
The Morchi
clues.
fight was a little rough. Let's just be real. The Morchi fight was a little rough.
I don't like that fight.
The Morchi fight's always rough because if people don't know what they're doing, it turns into a nightmare.
Well, I did know about the hat thing. I just couldn't see close enough because I have bad eyes and I wasn't wearing my glasses.
It just takes practice. Once you get used to seeing them all the time, you'll figure it out in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm
I was just
telling
waiting
you,
for
like
someone
seriously,
to go.
like Mythic Plus is not hard. Like you just need to do them, and you need to fail them. I like honestly, like that's the way I do it. Just win or fail, and if you fail, you always learn like something you did wrong.
Yeah, and I just gotta get past my fear of having strangers yell at me. I really don't like that. But
Flerpy,
it's like,
how
who cares?
many keys have we pugged together, and has anyone ever gotten mad at us?
Like, not for playing bad, but for trolling them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is part of the fun, honestly.
Ooh, so I can be an asshole, and that'll be my armor.
I would say
armor.
Be an asshole, like, at the right time and in the right way. If the key's not going well, like, don't be an asshole.
Yeah, that's not what I mean.
But if like someone dies like right before the last boss and you have 20 minutes left on the timer, I like to hit him with the GG keys break.
Yeah. That's
Womp womp.
We have fun.
Okay, so exploring Azeroth, Islands and Isles. We just got sidetracked by the weird title. That is going to follow Lorthamar and Thalisra, who, if you remember now, got married, as they go on a long-delayed honeymoon, which...
Ooh, speaking of honeymoon, did you either of you get the Love Rocket?
Who? What?
The Love Rocket mount.
Oh, no, I did not. Did you?
No, I want that route really bad. I could do a lot of
I didn't even
controlling with
try.
that thing.
Did not even try. Blizzard never should have changed the name of it. It was a penis joke, Blizzard. Come on. So as they go on this... that's pretty much their trip is an excuse to go to these different places. They're going to Zandalar, Kultiris, which, okay, I guess they're gonna go to Kultiris and not get shot. Oh yeah, they've got that kind of weird everybody's friends thing. Going to the Broken Isles, and then yes, the Dragon Isles, where we are now already. Personally, if we don't get through this without at least a hint of there being some kind of weird half Nightborn, half Blood Elf baby, just so we can figure out what the hell that would look like, I'm gonna be pissed off. We got half elves all over the Warcraft universe. Name one elf that's two different kinds of elves after they smashed. Name one. You can't. You just can't. So that comes out October 1st, but you can pre-order it now. And that's actually all we have for the news. There were a few nerfs and shit that went out, but I didn't feel the need to include them. They nerfed Tindril a bit, I think.
They did. But can I just say, they missed a fucking excellent marketing opportunity to not call this book 50 Shades of Elf.
Oh, God. I feel like there might have been some kind of copyright issue with doing that. All right, let's move to Mixed Drink of the Week. Fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah.
I want to get Flerpy's thoughts on this lore impactful book as the resident lore expert of Collector Company.
Yeah, as everyone knows.
Every single page of it, and I'm gonna learn it so well. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what this book is. I don't know.
We'll know.
You mentioned Arista in your
we'll know
last,
where the
thing.
Sorry, I talked over you. I didn't mean to.
No,
we'll.
All right, I'll shut up. Go.
I don't know what just happened. We'll know where the steamy bits of the book are because we'll know which pages were stuck together. That was a long walk for a short drink of water. Whatever. Mixed Drink of the Week. Fuck yeah. It's time for the Mixed Drink of the Week. Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I'd just like to remind everybody to please only partake in the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any stupid shit that may befall you as a result of your own stupid shit. All right, so we have been assigning heritage drinks to all the playable races in WoW. Flerpy is up with his first ever mixed drink of the week, and he picked the Dark Iron Dwarf. We never really got a name for the drink. Did you come up with one?
I got one.
What is it?
War of the Three Hammers. War of the Three Hammers.
Well, shit.
Got a little lore for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess incorrectly what's in this, because I don't know your drinking habits.
He likes whiskey, lots of whiskey.
I was actually gonna go with the whiskey route. I am guessing it is specifically bourbon mixed. I know bourbon's not really a drink you mix, or at least not how I do it, but bourbon mixed with, let's see, something fiery. Fuck it. I'll just keep it simple. Bourbon mixed with Code Red Mountain Dew and a dash of hot sauce. I don't fucking know. That's my shitty guess.
All right, Ben.
All right, so it's gonna be. I thought you were gonna go with the fire blood, which I think is the racial. So I'm gonna go with what I think that will go in. You're a man of class. So I'm gonna go with a like a cinnamon fancy whiskey you get at the store that you go to, where you like get excited when you see whiskeys you haven't seen for a while, like one of those like cinnamon flavored or like red style whiskeys. You're gonna mix it with a little bit of Dr. Pepper to give it a little bit of that kick, you know, more than Coca-Cola gives. Coca-Cola is just sweet. Dr. Pepper gives a little bit of a kick to it. And you're gonna top it off with a little bit of Fireball, I think.
Interesting. I'm gonna read Gersh's. She DM'd me this, so we know. Okay, drink is. This is not the drink. This is Gersh's guess. So I just want to be clear. The drink is cinnamon vodka Goldschlager shot dropped into an apple ale, which is I don't even know where to begin with that. But good guess, Gersh. You were all kind of close, right? Obviously, it's going to be bourbon. Most of my drinks are going to be bourbon. And actually, everybody, let's gather around for a minute around Uncle Flerpy. He's going to talk bourbon to you. First off, I did think about this because I am mixing it. And my go-to bourbon when mixing is a bourbon that you probably, if I'm gonna educate our listeners for a moment, is a bourbon you're probably skipping on at the store, and that is Benchmark, because it's usually a low shelf bourbon, right? Benchmark has bonded, they have a single barrel, they have a cask strength, they have a number in the McAfee Brothers Benchmark. But if you look at that, Benchmark is in fact it's done through Buffalo Trace, so it's the same juice as you're getting in your Blantons and some of your Stag and all of that. It's just sort of the ones that didn't quite make the cut by their distillers. So if you're looking for a good mixing whiskey, I always go with the Benchmark. It's like $20 a bottle, $25 a bottle. You're not spending much, but you're actually getting really quality whiskey for really cheap. I did not go with Benchmark though this time. So what you do is you take yourself a rocks glass. I went with the Penelope, the Valencia, and the Valencia is a bourbon. It's MGP for some of you bourbon nerds out there. I know, but Penelope's doing some interesting stuff. And so this one is finished in Vino de Naranja casks, which is an orange kind of flavored white wine. So the whiskey pulls in just a little hint of orange to it, and it's probably one of my favorite bottles here recently. So that, okay. With that, I mixed in a touch of a little bit of coffee, a little bit of maple syrup, right? So you get kind of some earthy tones, right? You're getting some earthy flavors. A sprinkle, a smidge of smoked salt. And then you finish it with a burned cinnamon stick. And it is, heavenly. It's not a shot. I'm sipping it. I've been sipping it this whole time. This is a good drink.
Interesting.
So much for me making the best drinks on the show.
So it's less a mixed drink and more a cocktail sort of deal.
Oh, it's a cocktail, and I'm sipping it. I'm sorry, there is no through the lips.
So it's closer to more of like a rocks drinks, you would say.
Yeah, I would say this is similar to an old fashioned. That's kind of what I'm going with. Most of my drinks will probably end up being sort of takes on old fashions. By the way, if you ever do make old fashions, right, try a little bit of maple syrup instead of a simple syrup. Just gives it a little touch. All right, that's a little from me to you. But yeah.
That's a little more under the mustache, over the beard. Watch out, liver. You've got some work to do.
I like that. Well, here, I'll sip it. I'll sip it nicely. Hold on.
There you go. I still got to throw it in there over the lips of the gum so cut asshole.
It's delicious.
Pretty good, huh?
Try it.
I literally can't. You can't send a drink through the internet.
Well, if we ever hang out, I'll bring a really good bottle of bourbon for when we hang out. I'll bring something real special.
Yeah, it is becoming more and more quickly apparent I'm not going to be able to go on the BlizzCon trip if it happens. If BlizzCon happens, I mean.
Don't say that. Just don't speak
Bro,
that evil.
I am unemployed, and it's
That
not
is
getting
all
any better.
Flerpy have to look forward to. It is our one weekend where...
And I'm gonna bring a ridiculous bottle of bourbon. So if
I mean,
you're at
I'm
BlizzCon and
sure-
you're nice to me, I'm gonna bring something like ridiculous. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm gonna have a bottle of bourbon with me that is like something you don't normally see. So yeah.
You know, I don't think I had an alcoholic drink the entire time I was at BlizzCon this last time. Because I was kind of there by myself. Like, yeah, I ran into Sid and Travis and Lit and a couple others. And I ran into the DNR guys. That was on purpose. But for the most part, I was walking around the con by myself. Had a blast. Okay,
But
so...
hold on. I want to end with this, right? If you're trying to get into bourbon, stop being an asshole that goes to your bourbon store and asking for Blanton's. Don't be that fucking guy. Go to your bourbon store, ask for Benchmark, and they'll know. They'll know you're into it. Trust me on this. Trust me.
I got a bottle of Jim Beam, and I have no fucking idea where I got it. I just suddenly realized I had it. Sitting over there right now. In my, because I had to move my desk downstairs, I no longer have a fancy-ass liquor shelf. It's just a collection of bottles sitting on the floor.
Do you know what I have? Do you know what I have, Wooly, for my collection? Did you see it?
An empty dresser.
No, I have, check this out. I have a barrel, an Eagle Rare barrel that's been, my father-in-law cleaned it out, did a bunch of work on it, put lights in it, shelves in it, and I have 2 bottles of the Eagle Rare that came from the barrel. It was a barrel select special thing, and so I have 2 bottles sitting on top of it that I will probably not open ever, and that's where I keep my collection.
That's pretty dope, man.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm done talking about bourbon. I'm sorry.
Perplex
Alright.
also won the MDA.
I saw that, yeah, in a 2-1 or 3-1.
Congrats to them. So, Bent, you're up next week. Do you know what fancy ass race you're going with? So you did an alliance one last time, right?
No, I did the Orc. I did the...
Oh yeah, you did the orc. So you have to do an alliance race this time.
Well, we gotta put them in boxes. I'll do the regular dwarves.
Regular dwarves. Flerpy said in our host chat, I don't care if it's short. I just want to point out that's what your mom said. Yeah.
I don't get it. Would you explain that? I'm confused.
Well, you see, I have a short dick, and I was plowing your mom. I don't actually have a short dick.
Okay.
It's average length, but above average girth. Just throwing that out there. Just ask your wife and mine. I'm kidding.
Okay, you want to know what's hilarious about this is Gersh and I were talking because I didn't realize she wasn't going to be here today. And she's like, it's just going to be you and the guys, right? And I was like, oh, it's going to get gross and weird. And I literally said, we'll probably all end up just measuring our dicks, right? Which coincidentally has happened and did not intend for it to.
There's no actual numbers being thrown around, but use your imagination, swingers. Use it. All right, so Bent, you're taking the regular old dwarf. Do you want to come up with a name during the week?
Well, I got one already. The Stone.
All right.
Ooh. I like it.
I said that and didn't push down my push to talk so that OBS picks it up. You two heard me. The recording did not. So stone form. I like that. All right. So this is where we would transition to head of the class. However, we had sort of thought we wouldn't have Bent here anymore. So I had the idea of, I need to open this image in a browser. I had the idea of, what's that?
It's like WoW Superlatives, right?
Yeah, like if we're running a yearbook, it's this person is voted most best laugh, most changed, or some shit. But before we do that, I want to hit this button. Let's play a game. Although it's not so much a game as it is, I'm just gonna throw a couple of these out there and you guys are gonna name a couple characters. Are you ready? Okay. So, which character would you guys say is, we'll say, class clown? I'm gonna say Flynn Fairwind.
Khadgar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Khadgar. I'm gonna go with Khadgar too.
I'm changing mine to Khadgar.
We'll agree.
Flynn's like me. He was like the edgy, funny kid. He's like, he wasn't really funny what he said. It was the fact that he like said it that was so surprising.
Right, and
Like
it's not
he
like
said stuff like people didn't dare to say, you know?
right, and mostly because he was drunk. He was never intentionally funny. You're right.
Yeah. What is it called? They were famous back in the day. Don Imus was the big one. He was the one who's called the Rutgers girl that nasty day. Shock jock. He was more of like a shock jock.
Yeah. See it.
Well, then I guess, how about we take this one? Who's life of the party? I'm saying Flynn again. Motherfucker. No, I'm changing it. Magni.
Magni. I like that one, actually.
I'm gonna go with Flynn.
Flynn, yeah.
No.
I want to hear this argument.
Name? The dragon guy.
Rathian?
Dragon D's nuts.
Last time we went to a party, you almost fucking set it off with the what is his name? Keurig Grimtoader that we killed in the first raid.
Yeah,
I think it seems like he'd be fun.
No, I gotta disagree with that. I don't think Rathian would get that. Because, like, he'd go to the party and he'd make it all about himself.
Yeah, Rathian's the kind of guy who's, like, quiet and then he gets wasted and then just causes a scene and makes it all about, like, him and Anduin when they should just come out already.
Okay,
no, you know what?
I'm
changing my answer. What about Xavius?
I just think he'd be fun, too, at a party.
He's also a miserable fuck.
Yeah, if he's not trying to kill you.
He dresses well.
I'm actually going to change mine to Chromie, because she'll get her little gnome ass up on a table and dance. Just saying. Some people are into that shit.
Yeah, I bet she can make a fucking wizard staff disappear.
Yeah. And then she'll get Morchi, Colin Mockery up in the mix, and... Is it hot in here? All right. Most likely to succeed. You know what? I'm going with... I gotta think about that.
How could it not be Thrall?
I'm gonna say Anduin, actually, because I'm not saying succeed. No. I'm saying suck seed.
Arthas, I think, Arthas is more like guy who peaked in high school. Because his life just went downhill.
Yeah, but like the links he goes to for success is kind of what I'm thinking of.
One thing is just Thrall. Like, he just... every good thing that happens, usually Thrall somehow involved.
What do you mean the lengths he'll go to? Like, sure, he stormed his kingdom. Sure, he killed his dad. Sure, he killed almost everybody in his kingdom. Except that wasn't him getting success. That was the beginning of his fucking downfall, man.
But I hear what Flerpy said. Like, there's something to admire that the guy was so totally convinced of his beliefs that he's like, you know what? It sucks, but I have to murder my dad for the greater of the... Not saying it's right, but it's like something to admire. That he had a strong mindset. He was willing to do whatever he thought was necessary to preserve his kingdom, even if it is, to your point, really fucked up and part of his downfall.
That's not why he did it, though. He did it because he was like, all right, I'm changing teams, going Scourge now. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, but he didn't halfway change teams. He was all in, man. He's all in.
I guess succeeding doesn't necessarily mean you're after a good end game.
Right. Chaotic neutral, bro.
All right, most changed. That's probably Arthas, if not Magni. Magni literally turned into fucking rocks. I don't know, man.
You're saying Agni?
Magni, most changed. Guy just wanted to talk to Azeroth and see how she was doing, and she was like, boom, you're a rock now. And he was like,
Hey, what's...
did you have to do it when I had an erection? No, it'll never go down.
I'm about to piss off a lot of people, but what's that stupid fucking bear that everybody loved that died?
Ursos?
Ursoc. Yeah, Ursoc. Right? Ursoc.
Oh, you
'Cause he's
son of
dead.
a bitch.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are playing a druid, you fuck. Yeah, Zandalari druid, so I guess, you know, they approach it different.
I don't know.
That's why I can never main a druid. I can never fucking bat him at Furion. I fucking be like Staghelm and try to kill him.
Bro, you don't... No, okay, you don't really think all druids like fucking Malfurion, do you? Because I guarantee the Zandalari don't give a shit. The Coltiran, why would they care? Their druidness stuff comes from those Wicker people that I can't remember the names of, the Drust, and like the balance between life and death. They don't give a shit about Malfurion.
Yeah, but they're all part of that stupid fucking dumb group he runs, the Cenarian Circle.
That's...
He's like the
Well,
quote-unquote
is
like,
that
elected
more...
leader.
Is that more gameplay versus lore, though? Because...
I don't know.
It could be.
It's kind of like how like NATO looks at like, you know, everyone kind of knows the U.S. is in charge, but like the individual countries like don't really give a fuck about America. It's a little bit like that, I feel.
It's a great
They're like,
analogy.
yeah, they're doing their thing, sure. All right, let's do one more. Let's bridge the gap between fantasy.
No, but it
Hold on
really
now.
is. It
Hold on,
really is
hold on.
for because if you think about it, like all the other races are like into it, like nobody gives a fuck about it. But then when it comes to ally, like we have to work together. Everyone looks to America to make decisions.
I'm not going to get into a political conversation on a podcast called Thrall's Balls. But hey, listen, Wooly, before you announce whatever the next question is, my answer is N'Zoth. I'm going in blind, N'Zoth.
You might actually be correct. I am bridging the gap here between
He's
fantasy and
proven.
reality. Who is most likely to become internet famous? And you know what? I gotta say N'Zoth is a good answer because somebody at one point thought it'd be funny to make the real N'Zoth Twitter account, and it just kind of took off.
Brilliant. It's my favorite thing on Twitter. It's so good.
I actually am gonna say Thunk de Peon, even though that's another Twitter account. I'm not actually saying that.
What's the category again?
Most likely to become internet famous. And I'm racking my brains trying to think of a better answer than N'Zoth, but man, this one's hard. I'm gonna
We're
say
going Malfurion because Malfurion does a lot of dumb shit and a lot of stupid people get famous on the internet.
I'm actually going to agree with... Oh, God, that tastes bad in my mouth. I'm going to agree with Flerpy and say N'Zoth.
Yeah, you are. This is how it starts.
Oh, God. You didn't tell me it would taste like urine. God. Which I don't know what tastes like. I promise.
Water sports.
All right, I'm not sure that game worked, but I'm glad we at least tried
liked
it,
it.
right?
I liked it better than trivia, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's just because you're bad at it.
That was a good
Right.
game. I liked it. I would do it
I
again.
liked it. That was
Well,
fun.
yeah, okay. We can revisit it in the future, I guess.
We
Well,
need
Do
to
like
play with
3 or
Gersh.
4 every couple weeks. That'd be fun.
yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
we need to play with Gersh too. I want to hear
Hell
Gersh's
yeah.
take on some of these. I think hers would be terrific.
I think we should bring back the draft, too. Ooh, let's do the draft next week.
What's
Let's-
the topic gonna be?
Okay, we're gonna draft characters that would absolutely get trolled really hard in the Barrens and get triggered by it. Like if they were players.
Oh, that's good.
How do you put that succinctly?
That is good. I like that.
Best
Karens.
lore characters to troll in the Barrens. We'll do that.
Illyria. Okay.
What? She would handle it like a boss bitch, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but she would
fucking
be
just torture you.
harassed hard.
Yeah, I suppose.
And it's like old Illyria when she was, you know, a little.
Gang Greymane? The guy's got a fucking 10%. He'd be so easy to trigger, dude.
Illidan.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is so
yeah.
cringy.
Hey,
All you
Illidan, I'm
have to
banging
do-
Toronto.
Just
Hey,
annoying.
Illidan, remember that time your brother fucked your girl over and over and over? Also Chuck Norris? Yeah, okay, we gotta stop suggesting things, because we gotta...
Zoval.
We are going... Because there's 4 of us now, we're gonna draft the... We're gonna do 3 choices each. That's how we'll do it. So we're gonna draft the best characters to troll in the Barrens. So what are your guys' final thoughts here today? I guess my final thought is, Flerpy, that drink actually sounds fucking awesome.
It's not bad.
Cenarian Circle, NATO, come on. Tell me nobody else sees.
Buy good bourbon. Please buy good bourbon and support your local liquor stores who sell good bourbon. That's my final thought.
Would you call Jim Beam good bourbon, or is that just the frat boy bourbon?
Hey, Jim Beam is I could go through the kind of who makes what. Jim Beam is not a terrible bourbon. I don't like the flavor, but it's you know, it's got some connections to some deep bourbon roots. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people love it.
Would you say it's decent
Alrighty.
bang for your buck?
I mean, I think there's better out there than Jim Beam, even for the price point. But it's easy to find, and it does mix pretty well with Coke, I guess. It's got a peanutty flavor, and I don't love it.
You know what whiskey I like that is... It's kind of like the poor man's classy drink, you know? Even though it's not that classy. It's not bourbon, obviously, but it's Jack Daniel's Gentleman Jack. I do enjoy Gentleman Jack.
Okay, listen. Some of the Jack Daniel's single barrel and double barreled stuff, like regular Jack Daniel's, it's okay. Mix it with Coke, whatever. But Jack Daniel's makes some really, really good whiskey. And while it's not bourbon, it still actually meets the standards of bourbon. It's a whole marketing thing, so you can call it a bourbon. Nobody will yell at you in the bourbon world.
I still have some Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey whiskey here. Love that shit. All right.
Good.
Well, we're going to get on out of here. You can go ahead and follow us in the social places. I am at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y on Twitter and Instagram. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, on Twitter, and at Hunter Gershom, Gerrshom, on Instagram. Bent is at Bentolas_outlaw on Twitter, Bentolas. And Flerpy is Fleecy the Flerpy, FleecyThaflerpy on Twitter. Making me spell that entire goddamn thing every goddamn time.
Every time.
Every time. And of course, the show is at Thrall's Balls Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Send us an email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com, with any feedback. You can also leave us a review in the Spotify Q&A or on iTunes. 2 other ways to leave us a review. Go to thrallsballs.com and you can submit one anonymously. You could also join our Discord server from the website, where we have a separate channel for reviews. And also on our website are the show's socials, not our individual ones. Anyway, bye. We love you. Be good.
Bye.